Hey, what's up everybody and good morning. Thanks for clicking on the video. David Pendleton here. If you watched hole number one already, it was loaded with no audio. I did not realize my mic was muted this morning, so I apologize about that. So I'll cover hole one and hole two on this video. 4 top, 3 bars of side spin to the left. You're going to go down here to the plus 6 yard mark with your green inner ring on the rough line. Okay. Now, the thing about this drive is you have to hit the fairway and then roll up to the top here. If your wind is 3.5 or over, you need to add a little bit of overpower to this drive. The higher the wind, the more overpower. But the overpower is not going to be anything crazy. And then you're going to curl until the left side of your ball fully covers up the blue inner wall. But just remember that if you have higher wind, you need to add some overpower to the drive. Landing in that area is the most consistent way for all of us to get to the same area for the rough bump. We're going to go 3 top, 0.2 side spin to the left, and then you're going to pull 15% at mid. The thing about this is if you're able to hit a perfect shot on the drive and a perfect shot on shot number 2, you're going to have an extremely high chance of picking up the eagle here. Don't be a knucklehead like me and hit a great shot on shot number 2. I did that on both of my accounts, so not a good start to the tournament for me. But I dropped this stupid hole 2 times in practice, went to real mode, and of course just didn't have my timing yet. But anyways, here's a perfect shot in practice, and the ball goes nicely into the hole. Now, we're going to talk about hole number 2, which is going to be a par 3. And there's not going to be a lot of opponents who are going to pick up a hole-in-one here just because it's a little bit tougher of a wind angle. Now, when I was practicing this hole, which was quite a lot, I could not get any wind under 3.5 miles per hour. So you see here, the game is starting me off at 4.4. I'm going to show you a low wind drop, and then the next one I'm going to show you a high wind drop. The only way that I could get my wind under 3.5 was to use a wind resistance 5 ball. And I did spin one here only because I knew it was going to be super important to show everybody who's watching this video a low wind offset. So here you're going to see I'm going to swap a ball. No matter what your wind strength is, you're going to go 3.1 back, 1 bar of side spin to the right. Now you're going to find your offset position. Please take a look at my rings here. I've got my entire yellow ring nicely in the rough, and the majority of my red ring is buried in the rough as well. This setup is extremely important because we're using a lot of the rough here. Using a lot of the rough is going to make this shot, for the most part, great proof. The most ideal way to play this hole would to be not using right side spin, but in order to do so, we'd have to play the really skinny part of the rough. And if you have the wrong pull angle, and if you hit a great shot, you're going to send a flyer. So to make this shot more consistent, I'm going to be playing it with 1 bar of right side spin, which is why I had to find an offset position. But this shot is probably a money shot as long as you get the offset right. Now, take a look here. After you apply your spins, you're going to be finding the offset position. This wind is 2.6 miles an hour. You're going to notice exactly where I'm aiming. You get a really good look here with the light green row of squares. I'm going to pull 0% at minimum. I am starting from the red ring when I make my pull. So 2.6 miles an hour here was exactly 2 rings. Now again, stay tuned for the next replay here because it's going to be in higher wind. You see we hit the dead center part of the rough. We roll into the middle of the hole and we drop in for a nice hole-in-one. I picked this up on both of my accounts in real mode. So that kind of helps make up for hole number 1. Now look at 4 miles an hour here. Same thing, 1 bar of side spin to the right, 3.1 back. Offset position, a little bit different. I'm aiming a little bit more to the left-hand side here. So here you get a really nice zoom in of exactly where I'm aiming at 4 miles an hour. Just like that. Okay. Same thing though, I'm going to make my pull, and I make my pull starting at the red ring. I want everybody to start at the red ring with the pull. Just like that, and you're pulling over the bullseye. So here, 4 miles per hour, that was a 3.1 ring pull. We hit ourselves a perfect shot. And you can see here in higher wind, we catch the bottom part of the rough. But we do come in dead center for the hole-in-one. So again, hole number 2, it just gives you a great chance for a hole-in-one. Anyways, everybody, hopefully hole 1 and 2 work out for you. Please subscribe. Please hit the thumbs up. I'll see you soon for hole 3.